This is getting exciting. Take a look. Bonyth 1 and 2, Oxerg 0 and 3, Gypsy 4 and 0. 3 games remain. Bonyth gets the next go against Gypsy. If Bonyth wins 3-0 from here, we get a tiebreak game. That is not impossible. That is not impossible. The Gypsy Bonyth games have been good. They have been close. In fact, even though this is so far, like statistically, a one-sided group, these are some good games. These are some good games. Like, they are pushing Gypsy. That is for sure. But if Gypsy wins one map, and he's going to have 2 tries for that, right? If he wins one map, he's got it. Let's get into our next game. In the bottom right of Paradiso, it's Gypsy. In the bottom left, Bonyth. Must-win game here for Bonyth. And obviously, if Gypsy wins, you're still playing for money. Every win nets you some dollars. So we'll keep going and see how it ends up. It would be, honestly, very surprising if Gypsy were to go undefeated in the group. Like, he's a very good player, but these are some strong opponents. They've definitely put him into some rough positions, but he's macroed through very cleanly. Showed his great fundamentals, his great mechanical skills. And now we have to see with Bonyth, with like his tournament life on the line, what does he do? What does he pull out here? Imagine if Bonyth comes out back 3-0, then we play game 9, like the tiebreaker match, and he wins that. Like, what a comeback that would be. That's almost impossible to imagine, right? Like, that would be like a masterclass of PvT right there. All right, the gateway goes down for Bonnet. No scouting as of yet. Let's see what Gypsy wants to do. He's just been relying on factory expand, which is, I mean, it's a great way to play. I wouldn't mind him mixing it up, maybe going for like a gasless expansion. As far as one-base builds go, I don't think they're very good. He goes for an 11 gas here. And I mean, I'm not surprised he's going 11 gas. 11 gas is much more popular nowadays than 12 gas. You might look at that and think, well, why is that? It's because your factory gets up like 5 to 10 seconds quicker. It matters your mining optimization, everything. Gypsy's actually very good at mining optimization. Notice this top SCV. This is how you can tell. If it goes in a straight line back and forth, your man is clicking hard here. Okay? He's clicking hard. He's making sure he's getting as many minerals as he can. So he's going to have basically a very quick factory, which is going to get a quicker vulture. And what that does is it blocks cheeses a lot better. And it also it helps to kill Nexus first a lot better. In this case, it doesn't look like either of those are really occurring. I mean, I've Zealots coming, so obviously a quicker vulture against that's good. That's a very quick factory. That was like a 223 factory. That is insanely, insanely quick. That's like something you might see out of like a pro gamer right there. So very well done. Gets that up quickly. Bonyth with his initial Zealot going to push across the map. The SimCity depot goes down here. And by the way, that's the other part of going 11 gas. Oh, he has 2 SCVs, not mine. You notice the supply block here, 18 of 18. This is normal with the 11 gas build. You get a little bit of a supply block. That's what you're trading off. Everything in StarCraft 1 is a trade. You don't get to do everything at once. Unless you're Protoss. Now, Bonyth over here. Going for range. Going for the Dragoon. And, yeah, the Vulture's going to be popping out in a second. Ooh. Yeah, takes a little bit of damage there. Pulls back pretty well. Is going to make that additional Marine. There you go. Good micro. Good solid micro. Bonyth only getting a single kill here. But, I mean, he gets a scout. He knows what's going on. It's exactly what you expect, though, as Bonyth here. Nothing surprising. Look at this. He sends an SCV to kill it. How embarrassing for the Zealot. Actually, I know Bonyth. He'll run this around, man, and he'll let it heal shields. Oh, second SCV came and got him. But I could see him, man, running that and building shields up and killing the SCV over time. He does have good multitasking micro. So the Vulture comes in, sees the timing of that Nexus, which is going to be just like a second ahead. here. Now, with the Vulture out, the Goon stays home, so he doesn't need a bunker. This is one of the things that Gypsy, I think, does very well also, is reading these smaller situations where he can do something like gain 100 minerals by not making this bunker. He'll probably go mines. Oh, he's going to go tank. He's going to go tank. There it is. See, if you start making these Marines again and you go tank with this, this is a nice move. Look at this. The Goon is actually chasing the Vulture. Gypsy takes this high ground position, this high ground ramp, so a Goon can't run up here and win. The 3 Marines straight kill a Goon without range, but the Marines on high ground, like, you have a real hard time getting up there, even with 2 Goons. So now he's going to be able to bring his tank over. He's already got the high ground position. He's going to have 6 Marines, a siege tank, and, oh, he's actually making a second. I thought he was going to rally Vultures from there, but 2 siege tanks. Like, Gypsy is going to go forward and try to mess up Bonnet bad. And this push actually has some very good potential. I'd love to see him bring 1 SCV with it as well. The 1 SCV can really, really help out. You know, it takes 6 Goon hits to kill an SCV, so it's good tanking unit. Now, mines are almost done. And actually, he did cancel that second tank and went into Vulture, so that makes a lot of sense. 1 Goon kind of out in the flank scouting. Okay, now this is tough for Bonnet. This tank is pretty darn stuck, or this Goon is pretty darn stuck out there. He actually runs it back pretty well. He's taking a ton of damage on it. This is bad. He's got to fight with the probes. Oh my god, and with 2 Vultures here, a lot is going to die. Oh, the probes get some good damage onto that Vulture. Pushes everything back. Damn. You know what? Good micro from Bonyth. You got to hand it to him. He's up 3 workers somehow. Not exactly sure how Bonyth is up workers after fighting with his probes against Vulture Marine tank, but he is, so that's cool. Right now, siege mode on the way. Armory coming up. Looks like Gypsy just going to fall back into upgrade Terran. Bonyth clearing the mines. Looks like he's getting ready to take his 3rd base. You know what? Like, I actually thought that push, looking at it, like the way he set it up, the way Bonyth didn't know it was coming, the initial damage he put out, the position he got into, everything looked real good to me. I bet it looked real good to Gypsy, too. But Bonyth somehow, like, stabilizes everything. He's up in those workers. You know, he's got an observer out. He'll be having another one pretty soon, and he'll be able to go scout Terran with it. And when he scouts what Gypsy's doing, I mean, it's just pretty standard upgrade Terran, right? There's a second fact. He's actually getting that very quick academy again, which I think, again, like, I think he's adjusting the academy timing forward just because he's playing Bonyth. I bet you if we saw Gypsy versus DeWalt, he wouldn't get this academy this quickly. Maybe he would. Maybe he would, but I'm just throwing that out there. I think it's has to do with how quickly Bonyth sometimes goes starport. Oh my god. The citizen's arrest by the probe on the Vulture. I love it. It's amazing. Stargate coming up very quickly. There is that +1 attack coming as well. Siege mode awaiting on the ledge. Blocking that turret so the observer couldn't see it. Bonyth, though, a bit too quick with it. 3rd factory. Ooh, I like the follow-up. I like the follow-up a lot. I think we're going to see some pressure coming out of Gypsy. Like a 4 or 5 siege tank plus speed Vulture coming out. I could see that actually being pretty reasonable here. He has his Vulture speed. Now, you can actually sit back and play this very defensively and just take a 3rd command center and everything. But, ooh, he does sneak in with a couple Vultures. And actually get some reasonable probe kills. Now Gypsy up by 5 workers. By the way, it is Corsair again. Didn't seem to work on Gypsy previously. Maybe this time. But yeah, anyways, this build, like, is interesting. I don't know if he's actually going to push out with the tanks. I've seen recently some pros attempting this against these 3rd bases. Royal in particular utilizing like a 4 to 5 siege tank off 1 factory with add-on push with 2 factory Vulture behind, and then they go into 3 factory Vulture rally. And it's had some pretty good results for him so far, but it seems like Gypsy instead wanted to do a bit of harassment, put some mines around, He's utilizing his scans to figure out what's going on. I don't know if he's going to push. Honestly, I feel like he has enough vision that it is a possibility here. Now, the Corsair is being made. Even with his third command center, he's got the science facility coming up for more upgrades, second armory coming up, and he is going to push. Dude, I think that this is perfect from him. This is really, really good. This army is super weak right now for Bonyth. Gypsy very close right now to potentially winning this group. This is an incredible setup. Disruption Web is not ready. Bonnet has to buy time for that. He's adding 4 gateways right now to go with the 2 he's already got. But I don't think he can buy enough time. I think it's impossible. This push is coming way too quick. His spread is way too strong. The Dragoon's trying to come forward right now. He's trying to pick off. He's only picked off 1 tank. He's lost 3 goons for a tank. More tanks going to come forward. 5 zealots on the way. He does have a shuttle, but there's turrets being made. Maybe he can do some sick bombs. We're going to see. Disruption Web is ready. Oh, God. 3 more goons go down. Not a good sign here for Bonnet. Vultures getting into the natural base. Coming forward now. He's got to bust this immediately. Disruption Webs, 2 of those siege tanks. Immediate unsiege. Moving forward with these goons. The Vultures come back to defend these siege tanks. Bonnet is going to lose. GG! And that means that Gypsy is going to end up winning that group. Oh my God. 5-0. Crazy play from Gypsy here. We still have 2 games left for fame and prize money and pride and all that. Taking a look at the score. Gypsy is going to be going forward. See the chat chanting the weakest race will move forward somehow, some way. It's amazing, isn't it? No, some really... I think that game was really cool, I think. Like, the Marine Siege Tank push, and then he followed it up. He went Siege Mode Armory, second factory Comsat, into the third factory, and he nailed it. And I think that the Comsat obviously is a big part of that, because if you don't have the Comsat, you don't know. He could have 4 gates. If he has 4 gates pumping goons and you try that attack, dude, you are so dead. You're like, what are you doing? You lose all your units. So that was some impressive play. Very well done. Wow. Loving it. Loving it. Is Gypsy better TVP than Mihu or something? They play entirely differently, so I don't like to necessarily compare that. Like, I mean, I think if you look at this is standard of TVP, yeah, but Mihu does have better results than Gypsy overall, right? It's a hard thing to really explain completely. But like, for instance, there's more volatility with some styles. Mihu's style, I think, has a bit more volatility to it, where he's going to catch people occasionally and win games that maybe shouldn't be won. Whereas Gypsy is going to be more steady, but like if he plays like Snow's not a good example. If Gypsy plays best, he might beat him once. Mihu, I don't know. You know what I mean? That's not a perfect example either. StarCraft's fucking hard, man. I don't know. Anyways, we're going to go into game number 7 here in just a minute. It's going to be Oxerg versus Gypsy again. We're going to see if Oxerg can finally peel a game. And let's do it, guys. In the bottom right, we have Oxerg. In the top left, we have Gypsy. I'm going to take this moment to ask you to please subscribe to my YouTube channel, ArtosisCasts. I work on this channel pretty much every single day. Every day I'm uploading a minimum of 1 pro game commentated by yours truly. There's a great variety of games on there, and a lot of great stuff planned for the channel. I work really hard on it, so I think you should subscribe and check it out. Thank you. Okay. Let's see what these guys want to open with. Gypsy with an 8 racks. I think at this point, Gypsy's won the group. So willing maybe to gamble a little bit more. You know, I was mentioning before, I felt like Oxerg, Gypsy's been walling every game. Maybe you want to do a 4-pool. Paradiso, I think, is a little bit further rush distance, but I'm not 100% on that. I haven't played it enough. So it might not be optimal here. It doesn't look like he's going to do that. It looks like it is going to be... he is going to be going into a fast expansion, as expected. But it's cross-spawn, so Gypsy's 8 rack's probably not going to do that much anyways. Drone comes down. Goes ahead, makes that hatch. Now, with the 8 racks, you are looking for a little bit of damage, right? I've definitely mentioned this a lot. It's generally considered by a lot of people, if you kill 2 drones, you're happy. Like, it's maybe slight edge tearing at 2 drones. You kill 3 drones, big edge. You kill 1 drone, edge for Zerg, right? You killed 0 drones, big edge for Zerg. Something like that. But obviously, it has a lot to do with lost mining time. Was a sunken made? How many lings were made, right? Did you lose both SCVs? Did you try to make a bunker? There's like a lot of little math that goes into it. But one of the nicest things about 8 racks is it can slow down the timings of Zerg pretty substantially. So a lot of times when it's a single 8 racks, which by the way, this is not like a pressure. I don't think you can even really call it a cheese. I mean, it is a pressure. It's not all in is what I meant to say. Because you never kill Zerg with this. Like, maybe at a really low level, this could kill Zerg. Like, you just make a bunker, and they're like, damn, I don't know what I'm doing. But generally, like, you're looking to pick something off. It's kind of like making like 2 Zealots before your Dragoon PVT or something like that. Where, like, if they hold it just perfect, you're like, damn, I wish I hadn't done that. But, like, sometimes it's great. I don't know. Anyways, 1 drone down. Oh, dude, are you kidding me? He gets the bunker up. 2 drones down. 3 drones down. And tons of lost mining time. Oof. Biggest oof. Yeah, that's a good cancel. No need. This might be a very quick game. This might be a very, very, very quick game. We shall see. A lot of Zerglings being made. Now, is there a world where Zergling speed finishes for Oxerg? He kills us, because he will kill the bunker. Just to make this clear, these lings kill that bunker. You want to target the SCVs when you can. Well, I guess he just kills it like that. Zergling speed is not done. It's about to finish. So he actually doesn't know there's Zergling speed about to be finished. Is there a world where he can break through here? 12 lings. 3. No, it's going to be 4 Marines. 2 of them are on the outside. Nah, now they're all on the inside. I don't think so, man. Oh, dude, he doesn't know where he is? Oh, no. This is so much worse than I thought. He didn't know where Gypsy was. And this is kind of funny. Gypsy is actually going for the +1 again behind this. That's, like, I appreciate that he's like, no, I'm just using this build every game, so he can be very, very, very good at the build. But honestly, I feel like in a game like this, you just go 2 racks of CAD. Because you're so far ahead from the initial bunker that all you need to do is make sure you have enough units that you don't die. That's, like, that's basically it, right? And then you can also pressure your opponent, maybe make him make sunkens. But the thing is, there's nothing particularly wrong with what Gypsy's doing here. I'm saying, I don't know. I like the hedging against things when you're that far ahead. Maybe that's my safe self speaking out. The Lings continue to kill the Marines that pop out. That is one thing to mention about this wall. This is Zergling tight, but the Marines pop out here. So if the Zerg wants to do this, they can kill a lot of Marines as they pop out. And if he didn't have more than... Like, imagine if he only had the 2 Marines behind the wall when that all came. He'd have to repair stuff a lot. Like, these Lings would stay out here forever killing Marines. So kind of annoying, but he'll just, you know, rally Marines over here, hold position. If you want to kill him, you can, but you're going to take damage for it. Stim on the way, +1 as well. Barracks coming up. Third hatch in main here for Oxerg. I wonder what Oxerg is going to do here. So far, we kind of know his general game plan, right? He wants to get out like 7-8 mutas and then kind of figure out what's next. Is it Evolution Chamber? Is it Hydralisk Den? Possibly a Hive Rush? Could be. The scan went down. Didn't give him the most intel, just, excuse me, that the layer was not done yet. And you're basically scanning. Excuse me, I'm sorry. A little bit of hiccups or something. It's scanning to see, like, if the layer is done, and then you can know, like, okay, how long till I might need turrets. So, Gypsy here has been able to go into 5 barracks +1. Okay, so this is what you would normally do against a 3-hatch play. I mean, this was originally meant to be a 2-hatch play, but the bunker rush screwed everything up. Remember I mentioned 8 racks. One of the nice things is it can put Zerg's timings way back. So this is all very slow for Oxerg right now. He's got his Spire. It's like a third of the way done. And yeah, we're going to have to wait and see if he can basically hold off the power Marines that are going to be coming out. Because Gypsy is going to have a lot of Marines and medics out on the map. With 5 barracks, you get a hell of a lot. I think Oxerg is going to have to really consider going for like a very fast lurker den, right? Like a very fast Hydralisk Den here with lurkers. Because range is done, +1's going to be done before the mutas are. Gypsy, I think, is only going to need minimal turrets because he's going to have so many Marines on the map that he's threatening death to Oxerg at all times. Like, yeah, if your mutas aren't there to meet the Marines, the amount of Marines and mechs he has, he's going to need at least 4 sunks here. Or he's going to need his mutas and the 2 sunks, right? So that's kind of what we're looking at. And that's why you don't need many turrets. Like, you probably need a little bit, just because you can't let your opponent just get, like, a, you know, free damage on you. Oh, 1 little ingots in. Factory is on the way. We have that 3rd base going up for Oxerg, kind of praying that that's going to be able to go up. Marine and medic coming down, and he is going up to those 4 sunks, so I think he realizes the situation very, very clearly. And as his sunks finish, he's going to be able to move out with those Mutalisks. And in fact, if the Bioforce stays out for too long, he can actually come back and kill it as his Zergling and Mutalisk army grows. So this was like a very good read from Oxerg, I think. Like, he's done just what he needed to do right here. He is going to need to intercept some of these units coming out, though. This is going to be an important moment for him. All right. Not the most solid micro, but he is going to do the job, I guess. Kind of. Oof. Well, the mutas gonna fly by. There are enough turrets here to stop these 6 damaged mutas. 3, 2, 2. Looks good. Plenty of Marines and medics coming out. Starports finishing up. The Bioforce evacuating from the map. Does reinforce his mutas, so let's see what he can do now. Now, one thing to mention, like, I wonder if Gypsy doesn't know about this base. That's what it feels like. Okay, see, he just scanned here. So now he's like, wait, do you have a 3rd? He's checking on it. This is a reasonable place to check when someone's taking a lot of damage. A lot of times they'll just take a very close base so they can quickly reinforce it, quickly defend it. Whereas this one could have been killed at almost any moment this game. So it is a bit riskier, right? So Gypsy might just not find that for a while, right? Like, you know, you only have so many scans that you can utilize. Double Evolution Chamber. That looks to me like he might be trying to go to Crazy Zerg from here. But that's like a very late Crazy Zerg. I don't think that this has potential. I'd rather see ranged attack than melee attack coming out of this, honestly. Because, like, what I mentioned before, against these +1 builds, if you go Evolution Chamber right away, you can actually get ahead of them. But look, +2 attack has started, +1 carapace just started. So literally, Oxerg will always be an upgrade down. Yeah, and it is going to be Crazy Zerg. But he's always going to be an upgrade down. In fact, no, you know what? Maybe he'll go Defiler with this. I think I'm wrong. I think it's not going to be Crazy Zerg. I think it'll be Defiler into Ultra. Which, this is like a really weird way to play. It's not considered very good or very strong, but in a desperate situation like this, I think it can actually be an okay thing to try. Where you're just utilizing like the Defilers and Zerglings to try to stay alive and sneaking into those Ultras. We'll see. The Hive is just now finishing. Adrenal on the way. Let's see if that Defiler Mound comes down. Marine Force pushing these mutas way, way back. You just got high for Adrenal, is that it? Dude, this is bad news for this expand. Does he counterstab? Does he try to clean this up? Uh-oh. Ultralisk Cavern just started. This base, I don't think has any chance of survival. No chance. Yeah, the mutas come in. Ling's trying to come up the ramp. Great hold position there from Gypsy. Man, totally bottlenecks there. You really needed to target down the medic with the mutas immediately to have a chance. Wait, does he have enough to hold this? This was the most absurd bottleneck ever. Gypsy's army was like the army in 300. But these Zergling Seas were able to break through somehow. That's crazy. I can't... Well, crazy Zerg, right? That's absurd. Like, if he had killed the medic right away, I guess that would have been a rout, actually, towards Oxerg. Okay, let's look at the position. 1-1 still coming. 2 macro hatches. Chitinous plating. Double sunk. Nidus. Fuelings on the map. Drones transferring. Pretty big bioforce. 8 racks. The big problem that we're looking at is the upgrade advantage. The fact that Gypsy is continuously going to be up 1 upgrade, like I mentioned before, like this Crazy Zerg versus Bio completely swings around with that 1 upgrade advantage. Whoever has the 1 upgrade advantage, Carapace versus attack, is the one that's going to be able to win the battles. As long as their macro is normal, right? Like, as long as they have, like, equal macro. So, Gypsy coming up again. Ultras have popped through. Chitinous plating is not done. So, that's an issue. D-Matrix, very good. Oh, God, double D-Matrix. This game might be getting ready to end here. More Ultras popping out. Sunken's still being made. Oh, my God, the D-Matrixes are so painful. The Ultras only attacking D-Matrix Marines. The Ling's trying to come up. The Muta's trying to come back. He is going to end up losing absolutely everything. That was like 5 Ultras that died, killing nothing at all. And it looks like that's going to be just about it for Oxerg in this tournament. Yeah, unfortunate. He wasn't able to pick up a map win. Did have some really interesting games. I think his first and second game against Gypsy were both like really reasonable. This one got out of hand after that 8 racks. It did a bit too much to him. And now Gypsy just reinforcing on the map. Just pure Marines moving out. Yeah. Well, I mean, he's trying to hold on. His chitinous plating is done. He's making a bunch of Ultras, a bunch of Lings. The thing is, you can't even engage with these because the Sunkens are in the way, so you have to wait till the Sunkens die. It's rough. This is non-optimal for Oxerg. This is not what he was looking for when he queued up into this game. This was not what he envisioned. Or if he did, that's not a good mindset to have. Alright, so this is going to be it. Gypsy taking down Oxerg and extends his lead in the group. 6-0 so far. GG. All right. So, unfortunate seeing Oxerg not able to pick up a win, but to give us some good games. Similar to Jayun in our previous group. Let's take a look at the scoreboard. We only have 1 game remaining. We're going to give Bonyth 1 more chance here to take down good old Gypsy. Their games have been very good so far. So, yeah, let's see. Let's see if it can happen. All right. Hope you guys are enjoying Ascension. I'm enjoying putting it on. It's a lot of fun. If you would like to, you can support Ascension. You can use the command Ascension in chat. And that will bring up the Matcherino page. You can see we've already had... Oh, that's not it. We've already had a lot of supporters. 570 supported already. So thank you, everyone who has supported so far. Some great people in there. Skill Earner Hard Work, DJ Cat Jam. A lot of great humans, as you can see. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. But do check that out if you'd like to. No problem. Very happy to host this tournament. And so far, it's looking really good. Like, in the first group, we had Zeke going up. And now we have Gypsy going up. So that's a Zerg and a Terran. And who knows, the next group, if DeWalt goes up, man, that is a perfect Ascension right there, isn't it? You can't get better than that. Make this a bi-monthly or quarterly event, please. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do with it yet. This is kind of a test. I did one a couple years ago, and it was really fun. It was an invite one. I wasn't a full-time streamer then. I'm a full-time streamer / make YouTube videos guy now. So I'm being like completely honest here. This is kind of a test for me. I'm figuring out a lot of things. I've learned a ton running this tournament so far. Oh no, I've had a stomach bug, so actually I'm drinking a little bit of. I haven't eaten much food and stuff. I don't know. Anyways, Gatorade tastes good when you're messed up in the stomach. Anyways, what I'm trying to say here is I'm learning a lot running this Ascension tournament. I have another idea for another tournament I want to run, and I've done like some show match stuff in the past as well. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not entirely sure where I'm going to go with everything. But yeah, I do like to hear feedback if people are enjoying the content. You know, I think the foreign scene does need a little bit more tournaments than what it has right now. BSL with 0 is fantastic, and it's super important for the scene, and I think it needs a little bit more than that. I think it's hard to hold up an entire scene with one tournament. Like, actually, you see that. If you only watch ASL, you probably feel like there's not enough Korean StarCraft. But if you are, like, really in a little bit deeper into Korean StarCraft, and you watch things like the KCM Race Survivor series, and you watch, you know, the Ultimate Battle series and stuff, you're like, okay, there's plenty, right? So I'm hoping that we can maybe add a little bit more onto the BSL, which is super important for the scene, right? And if we can get a little bit more going, get it a little bit more active, I think that that's really healthy. So hopefully we'll see. Anyways, yeah, all that stuff I just mentioned is on YouTube. Like, I go on every day and check what's up. Ultimate Battle is on, like, Caster Park's company's channel, and then KCM has the Survivor series, and there's also other smaller things going on and things on streams and stuff. So there's actually a ton of great pro Korean StarCraft being played, but only ASL gets the really limelight stuff, right? And I feel like the only foreigner stuff that people really get to see right now is BSL. So hoping I can add a little bit to that. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into our final game of tonight. It's going to be game number 8. A good one to end on is going to be Bonyth against Gypsy. I hope that Bonyth is able to take Gypsy down once here. I definitely think he can. So we're going to start that up. As you can hear, the countdown has begun. All right, let's do it, guys. And here we go. Okay. Up here in the top right, we have Bonnet, and in the bottom right, we have Gypsy. This is actually really funny. You know how, like, sometimes you'll see that bar on the right-hand side, okay? Full disclosure, we're doing replays here, okay? I don't know what's going on in these replays at all. I had them send them to me in such a way I have no idea. There's no spoilers or anything. This is a bar to remove stuff in the replay thing. I always remove this at the beginning of every game I cast on ArtosisCasts, on every game I cast here. And my brain just tried to think, how do you remove that bar? And I couldn't do it anymore because it's all muscle memory. I literally have no idea how to remove that bar now. And I'm going to have to forget that I ever thought, how do I remove that bar, so that I can remove it again. Which is incredibly crazy. But you guys know what... You know, like when you try to think, like, wait, how do I do that? That thing that you never think about? Yeah. Anyways, let's take a look at this game. Gypsy with a very fast SCV coming out. Extremely fast SCV. Now, one thing I do know about Bonyth, he doesn't offensive gas, which I think is an error in his play. I mean, StarCraft is a very stylistic game, but offensive gas is such an incredibly powerful thing that you can do in PvT that it feels wrong to never do it. Like, you should sometimes mix it in, I think. But yeah, Gypsy gets up here, and it looks like he may go for, like, some sort of cheese. Right? That's what it looks like right now. Let's see it. Is he going to proxy a factory? I think so. I mean, if you know that Bonyth is not going to really send anything across the map early, I guess the first thing will be a Zealot. Maybe you can make your first factory there. As long as... No? Okay, maybe it'll be the second. Yeah, it'll be a second factory. So, Gypsy's going to 2-fact with 1 factory proxy. This is actually a much more popular 2-factory than 2 factories in your main base. I've heard that at lower levels on the ladder, you still see a lot of 2-factory in main base builds. Once upon a time, that was considered a very powerful TVP opener. A very good one to mix in. At higher levels, it works almost never anymore. Like, literally almost never. So when we do see 2-factory, it's very oftentimes proxied across the map. Because then you can do things like flank with mines with vultures and things like that, right? Now, the first Zealot coming up, the bunker is almost ready. He's going to put some damage onto this Zealot immediately. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Loses the... That is not what he was looking for right there, I tell you. And now that he lost one, this could get out of hand. He's got to get these SCVs off the gas. This is incredibly important. You can't show him that you're mining there. Yeah. Okay, so he gets those off. Scouts, sees the command center. What is he doing with this SCV? He's got to start it, whatever it is. Okay, factory. And he will be able to clear this. And of course, right now, Bonyth should be thinking that there is a command center there. Now, will the Dragoon check? I think it will. Let's see it. No, it will not. What? This thing's still alive? Dude, if that thing walks out... that walked out and saw, that would be insane. Oh my god. Alright, trying to slip a vulture out. I almost feel like I wouldn't try to slip the vulture out just because I don't want him looking for the vulture and finding this accidentally. You know what I mean? Double depot being made. Oh, looks like a big supply block for Gypsy. I don't know that he practiced this build. Honestly, he may be hiding a butter build. He may just be like, I'm tired and I don't care anymore. He's already advanced. He's already shown some dominance in the group. But it doesn't feel super well executed. Like, I see the ideas he's going for, but it's not like super, super well done. Like a lot of his other builds have been. So yeah, it does end up losing that very, very quickly. Making more vultures out of this one. I don't know what that was all about. Okay. More coming down. Brought enough SCVs to repair, but this is where things can get a little bit hairy for him, right? You wait for 2 vultures, and then you run in. And if he can get ahead of this and lay mines and keep 2 vultures alive, like, he can win the game off of that sometimes. Oh, okay, runs by. Oh, misses his shot there. Yeah, and he's trying to... Oh, God. Okay, he does have more goons popping out, so actually I think he'll be all right. He's chasing down this one because it's got, like, no health. 2 tanks have been made. More vultures out of here. Another vulture comes in. Oh, my God, he's getting the damage, man. Can Gypsy just not lose? Is he unable to lose at this point? All right, Bonyth trying to micro heavily against this tank. Picks that one off. Okay, okay. Oh, man. 1 hit left on it, and Bonnet does finish it off. 360 no-scopes it with that goon. But right now, a lot of damage going down on the Nexus. Obviously, the Vultures won't finish it before these goons can clear everything. Gypsy with not a lot going on. He's making an engineering base, getting siege mode. Made an add-on and canceled. Okay, canceled siege, started speed, canceled speed. Very well thought out build here from Gypsy. Yeah, this does not look good, guys. It looks like Bonnet is going to pick up a victory here. Oh my God. All right, floats the factory away. Like, honestly, this is a loss. Straight up. Like, the amount that Bonyth is ahead is pretty severe. He's up 5 workers right now. That's like a 5-worker advantage might be like a good Nexus first that they get away with, right? Where you're like, damn, I'm down 5 workers. That's terrible. This is so hard. But his command center is not even halfway done. And now Bonyth runs in and kills that. I think we're just going to see GG. There's not really much point in Gypsy continuing here. GG is called. And that's the end. What a stunning conclusion. Maybe I need to... Oh, okay. Bonyth gets a win against Gypsy, so that's nice. And we'll look at the final score. All right. So Gypsy with the 6-1. Bonyth picks up a couple wins, so that's cool. It's sad to see Bonyth go so early. But cool to see a Terran move on. You know, normally the top 3 players in the scene are Bonyth, DeWalt, and Siki, normally in that order. So a little bit of an upset. But, you know, I think that Gypsy is of that level. So, guys, that's going to wrap it up for this Ascension. Group 2. We're going to do Group 3 on Sunday. I have more stream coming. So no worries there. All right.